Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, an FAA certified drone pilot, and I'm here to show you my secret tip for not losing your drone, for not losing it. Now, just about everybody who owns a drone will sooner or later fly it into a tree, out into some water, splash, gone, or it'll fly off to God only knows where, and it's gone. Now, my big day came yesterday. I decided what I was going to do is come down to the beach, shoot the sunrise through some Saharan dust with the drone. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. But then I got fancy. Now, this is usually when things go wrong for me, when I go fancy. I decided I was going to fly the drone back toward those palm trees and then come up dramatically over the lifeguard station toward the sun. It was going to be a magnificent shot, the shot of a lifetime, which means I'm in trouble. So I'm standing here, I have my controller, I have everything going, and I back the drone up. I back it up and I reach a point where I'm quite satisfied I'm gonna get the shot. But then I decided what I was going to do first is just a side flight, just to kind of establish the mood, get the whole thing going. So it's flying sideways, everything's looking good, and I see a little hint of palm tree. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with palm trees, but they can be very difficult for drone sensors to pick up on. And of course, my drone didn't pick it up. So it's moving sideways. I think everything's going fantastic. And then all of a sudden, right into the crown of probably the tallest tree on the beach. It's behind me. And now I'm looking over and all I see in my screen is palm fronds. Palm fronds. I don't want to see palm fronds. The drone's not moving. So I book it. I book it up the trail. I'm gonna go up and find where it is. I reach the end of the trail and you know what I hear? I look up and I see the drone perched quite nicely up in the palm fronds. It's looking good. It looks very comfy. Everybody's happy except for me. My drone is stuck in a tall palm tree. So the first thing I did is I decided I was just going to see if I could wiggle it, because I know two things for sure. One, it's going to be very expensive to get that drone down out of there. And two, if the city even responds to my phone call, which it didn't, that my drone was up in the tree, and I don't blame them. I mean, they don't want to spend their days getting drones out of trees. So I'm wiggling it, trying to get it to fall down, and it doesn't. It moves a little bit, and then I'm like, geez, you know, I'm gonna burn out the motors. If I keep doing this, or if I lock it in, I'm gonna burn out the motors and destroy the drone anyways. So what do? Well, I do what anyone in Florida would do. I went snorkeling. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. The drone's up there. I'm hoping it'll fall down. I'm hoping something will happen. It's not over an area where it's gonna land on people. Although I have to admit, it was over a grassy area where one lady let her dog take a crap. So there was a chance that when my drone came down, it was either gonna land on a dog taking a crap or on a dog. So I'm from Florida, so I go snorkeling. I leave the beach, I make that call to the city, I leave a message, because I want them to know. I just want them to know, like if there's someone coming out trimming, if the drone's salvageable, I'd like a phone call. If there's someone going down A1A, our Ocean Boulevard, with a bucket truck, I'm figuring, hey, you know, maybe you can just swing over, get the drone down, save me $1,500, everybody's happy. So I call up, I leave a message. I never hear back from the city. No surprise. I go home. Of course, I don't tell my wife. You don't tell your wife when you park a $1,500 drone in a tree. What do? You order a backup. You order a secret backup that you can sneak into the house. That's just how drone owners work. So I order the drone. You know, there's nothing I can do at that point. I'm sitting home, got my feet up, doing some work, editing some video that I took with my regular camera that morning. All of a sudden, the phone rings. The phone rings. And it's from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Now I'm like, great, now the politicians or robocall's gonna get all over me, or AARP, someone wants money. So I don't answer it like everybody, I just kind of screen. And I'm thinking, well, they actually leave a message. I'm like, wow, someone actually left a message from Lake Charles. And I actually love Louisiana, so I'm thinking, wow, maybe, they have coupons or something for hurricanes and a po' boy. So I'm all excited. I listen to the message, and it's this guy, Danny. Danny found my drone. So apparently, my wiggle action had some effect with the drone, and it came down. It came down, and Danny picked it up. And he called me. Now, here is the golden secret. How did Danny know? How did Danny know? How did Danny know who to call? FAA rules say you have to put a license number on one of the struts on your drone, which I did. But when I did that, I also put my phone number there. That's how Danny knew. That's how Danny knew that was my drone. I put my phone number. It's not required. In fact, for some people, you might think, well, it's risky. What if my drone goes through somebody's window? Well, or lands on their car or their dog. It lands on their dog. If that happens, they have the license number anyway. So you might as well put your phone number on there so people can find you. If it flies away, if it gets stuck in a tree, if it comes down out of that tree, good, honest people like Danny will give you a call. Now, are there some weasels who are gonna run off with your drone? Yeah, of course there's some weasels who are gonna do that. But, is it worth the risk or the little bit of time it takes to tape that phone number on the drone? It's absolutely worth it. Put your phone number on the drone and then put a little piece of tape on top of it. Then you're covered. Then if your drone goes down, you're lucky enough to have someone like Danny pick it up, then you're covered. You're gonna get your drone back. So that's my tip. I know it's not rocket scientists. I know that it's not really complicated, but some of the best things in life are simple. And some of the things that are gonna save you $1,500 worth of drone are quite simple. Now, this story does have a happy ending. I got really lucky. My drone fell about 2.5 stories. 2.5 stories, came down, and apparently, my guess is, it landed on this. It landed on my propeller. And it must have given it a little bit of a bounce when it broke, because that's all that was broken. I tested it, it flew fine. The other thing that was a goner, and it's a little bit more expensive than a propeller, is this battery. This lithium battery swelled up. So I can't use it. I even tried to put it in the carrier on the DJI Mavic Zoom. I tried to put it in, it doesn't click in. If these batteries don't click in and they're all swollen up, hey, there goes my drone. It took its own little flight. If these batteries swell up, just properly dispose of them. Don't try to fly with a broken battery, because then you're probably going to end up losing your drone. It might burst into flames. I don't know. But just don't use broken batteries. So that's my exciting story about how I didn't lose my drone. It actually worked. My cunning plan to keep my drone worked. That's my tip for today. So again, I'm Larry Richardson. Thank you for coming along for the adventure. And I'll let you know if I have something else that's critically important to tell you.